This is To the Rescue Authentic Networking, and I'm Jennifer Johnson, Executive Director of TTR Networking and a Relationship Marketing Coach. This show is all about authentic business networking know-how, relationship building and marketing, and the success strategies used by our members to grow our businesses and give back to local nonprofits. Be sure to stay up to date, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and be sure to click the bell to get notifications. Oh, and by the way, also visit our website, www.ttrnetworking.com. A big thank you shout out to Jim Wofford and the rest of the crew at Hamilton County Television for all their help and support with this show. Be sure to check them out at www.hamiltoncountytelevision.com for more info. To the Rescue supports businesses and empowers them to rise above the wave of mediocrity. With servant hearts, our growing membership builds genuine and real professional relationship with group members and their communities. We do this through reputable, industry-exclusive networking groups that meet weekly, easy-to-use relationship marketing tools, fun, entertaining, and informative events and fundraising. The key to sustainable, tangible business growth and success is not the number of contacts you make, but the authentic connections instead. We call this TTR Networking. Oh, by the way, about making authentic connections, a quick shout out to our good friends at Send Out Cards. Send Out Cards believes in creating connections through acts of kindness, and you can do this just by creating beautiful, heartfelt cards in no time at all and attach a sweet treat if you feel the prompting to do so. Your family, friends, clients, and colleagues will love you. Does this sound too good to be true? Well, be sure to check out www.sendoutcards.com/so thankful for your kindness and send a free card on us. And now, on with the show.
Welcome. We are so thankful you are here today. This is To the Rescue Authentic Networking. I am Nicole Williams with my co-host, Jennifer Johnson. Jennifer, what's going on?
We're getting really comfortable with this, aren't we? Well, a lot of things are going on. My son says, what's happening? What's happening? Well, what's happening? Actually, there's quite a bit going on. We're so excited to be here today. And, we're here in Indiana, and life is pretty good. The sun starts shining, and all kinds of good things are happening. And you know what? To the Rescue Authentic Networking is really growing. So how are you doing? What's going on with you?
I'm great. It's the weekend.
Woohoo!
I'm currently working on a few books about relationships. My main one that I'm working on is about single moms and their struggle and how to make it better. It also relates to single dads, because there are some great dads out there, great moms,
It's a whole different world, right?
It is. It's a blessing. I love my girls. I've got two girls, a senior in high school, freshman in high school. So they're really great. But there are some days where just life is just so hard. Family lives far away, so it's nice to just have a community of people that you can reach out to. I've taught for 7 years preschool, so I'll put some of that in there. But anyway, I can help make their day better, some resources. So my blog is thankfulsinglemama.com.
Oh,
and
cool.
Mama is MOMMA. But just really excited. It's a really great time.
And it's hard to believe that you actually, because you're so bubbly, I have a hard time believing that you ever struggle, but we all do. We all do.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure, it is what it is. You're doing great then, right? You're doing
great today. Great day.
So,
thank you.
we do need to get into our guest. So
Yeah.
I guess into our guest, that sounds funny. I can't believe I said it that way. You know what I mean? We just would like to say real quick here that this is To the Rescue Authentic Networking, and authentic to us means real, genuine, just getting to the heart of things. And I just, the Selling from the Heart book, I'll tell you that there's a podcast. The little subtitle is How Your Authentic Self Sells You. And I would just tell people, check out our website at ttrnetworking.com. Sorry, I always assume everybody knows that. The real cool thing today is that we have our guest is Dawn Evans Casey. She's been hanging out here because we can't quite figure out how to let it be a big reveal. We're not that brilliant every day. We're getting better though. Now, Dawn is actually a really good friend of mine. I think she and I have known each other for a few years. She's a dear friend, and I know she is one of the really big supporters of what we're doing with To the Rescue Networking, Authentic Networking, and TTR Networking are the groups that meet every week, and we're in the Indianapolis area, but we're national. We're growing. Dawn is one of our leaders. She's a travel professional. She's Collaborating Connections is her group, and she does an awesome job. She actually kind of was complaining one day because I didn't have a group in her area, and I said, well, would you like to lead that group? And then she got drafted. So she is one of our top leaders. She's an avid genealogy buff, I guess, or you have yeah. And then she's a champion for nonprofit and volunteerism, which I think when you say it's a champion, I mean, that really is a description of what I know of what Dawn does. So Dawn, thanks for being here. Yeah. We're so excited.
Oh,
I know that you and you and Nicole really haven't physically met, but we're going to get you guys together sometime soon. But I know about you, Nicole knows about you, but for our listeners and our watchers, tell us who you are, what you do. I already kind of gave them a kind of a scoop on all the stuff. How you were involved. You're one of our leaders, but and just start there because I think they really need it. Yeah, take it away.
Okay. I consider myself a multifaceted person. In addition to the roles that you talked about, I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I've been in the Indianapolis area for like 30 years. Very involved in the community, very interested in the people and places around me. So I do quite a bit. I love that I've had the opportunity to own my own full-service travel agency, and I'm the principal agent. So I help people research and book their travel and make sure that their travel experiences are amazing. Been a group leader of the Collaborating Connections, like Jennifer said, for the past couple of years. I was a member of 2 or 3 other TTR groups prior to becoming a leader, so I had an opportunity to bring some of the best practices and great ideas from those groups into Collaborating Connections. Although we're the only group that meets in the evening, which works out well for people who might have a daytime like 9-to-5 job and then have an entrepreneurial type of side hustle or business just developing. So I've really enjoyed that. Avid genealogist, I got into it. My husband got me into genealogy about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm fascinated myself. I hate that I feel like I started so late. So my husband and I started a nonprofit organization called Claiming Your Roots, where we teach multi-generational groups, children, teenagers, young adults, seniors, to come together and do their family history research as a family unit. So everybody gets to use their skill sets and contribute to looking into their ancestry.
Yeah.
And beyond that, the champion of nonprofits and volunteerism, like I said, there are so many needs around, in your community. We get so much out of just being a part of community ourselves day to day. I love to give back and encouraging others to give back. So whether it's part of a professional organization or a nonprofit or something local in your subdivision, your school area, there's just so much needed, so much to do. And I like making those connections and looking for those opportunities and sharing those with people around me.
Well, and I think that was kind of one of the moments I realized I attend your group every once in a while. I don't make it every week. And I kind of told you that when you started the group, that was going to be tough for me, but you persevered and you keep coming back and they keep coming back too. But you, I knew that you really have a heart for the nonprofit. And the nonprofit, I guess that's one thing I really, the question for you, Dawn, is the word authentic, but I think of nonprofits being everything that authentic, they're real. There's nothing fake about them. We hear stories about nonprofit people that, try to pull some kind of scam or something on a nonprofit. But if you find true nonprofits, there's just, they are what they are. They have a need.
Oh, yeah.
And so when we say that, so when, the question for you is then, what does authentic mean to you? Not that it has to mean anything different than what we've already talked about, but do you have, how does that is the question. If you,
Okay, yeah.
Answer, yeah.
Sure. Authenticity and like you said, and nonprofits certainly go hand in hand. There is a genuine, real need in the community, whether it's health related, professional related, social services related, education related. There are needs out there to be met. And, everybody has something to contribute, whether it's time, whether it's their talent and skills, whether it's their monetary donations, whether it's giving away something that they no longer find useful in their household or in their surroundings, but can contribute that to individuals who do have a need for those types of things. Volunteering for fundraising and volunteering that just gets you connected to other like people who may have similar interests, who may expose you to something new and wonderful. That is real and authentic and a great experience that individuals shouldn't miss out on. So again, the authenticity in networking and small business and community involvement just brings good together for a real purpose that meets needs and fulfills.
Good for you. Well, that's a good way. Yeah. And I kind of put that out to you. I'm not sure if you even knew that I was going to ask that question. Before you came to TTR, how do you find business? I guess not even before TTR, in general, what do you do to find business? That's the question. Because I'm not a travel agent. And Nicole, you aren't a travel agent, are you?
No.
Okay.
And, everybody could be their own travel agent. Certainly with technology today, folks have gotten away from the brick and mortar travel agencies, and people go online and search for their travel. The difference is that the everyday person is not a travel expert. They don't know the best resources to utilize to get information. They don't know where to go for the best prices, maybe what's the best time of year, maybe what are the risks involved with choosing a certain method of travel. And those are the things that a travel professional, a certified travel professional like myself, can bring to the table in the relationship. I'm going to save individuals time by helping do all that for them. So usually I'm connecting with people on social media. I'm connecting with people through word of mouth. I'm talking to my family members and friends and reminding them what I do, because, oftentimes it's not front of mind unless I put it front of mind for people to remember. Hey, I'm a travel agent. I'd love to help you.
Well,
yeah, those are the methods that I use mostly.
Okay, so when you, you and I said that when I introduced you, that you and I basically, we've known each other for a few years, and I think I met you at a networking event, something, and I kind of thought, okay, this woman's pretty good. I got to get her involved somehow. I can't remember. It's kind of like Nicole. You guys, there's something about it. You just want to connect, and you don't want to let go, even if you don't really know how that person's going to be involved. You just do. But you're a leader, and you found it because I pulled you into it. Can you give us some description? Nicole, if you have anything you'd like to throw in there, I'm kind of taking over on this one, but, do you have any kind of characteristics or any stories that you might want to share about, why TTR works for you? We do call it TTR sometimes too. We don't always say the whole thing, but what's different? I guess, you already said the authenticness of you like to do business that way, but take it away.
For me, what I love about TTR is that we meet on a weekly basis and we're building relationships. And I have attended networking events that are, once a quarter or once a month. And while I've met wonderful people and exchanged business cards and had conversations, it's more difficult for me to refer them, which I want to be able to refer business as well as get referrals. But it's more difficult when I don't know them well. Within TTR, because we meet on a weekly basis, we get a chance to see each other in action, talk often, kind of know them personally and professionally. And when I give referrals for my team members and others in TTR, those are robust referrals. Look, I know this individual. I've heard the stories of how they do business. I know that they follow up and how attentive they are. I know that they know their business. And that goes a long way, I think. More so than just saying, I know somebody who, let me tell you about this individual. And I have the opportunity to do that because I have met and known TTR members so well.
And you have, I guess Nicole has only been part of us for a little bit, and she's got some cool stories even in her short time, but I've been to your meetings, Dawn. You guys, you're a family. You hug each other when people come in. Now, some people say, I'm not all that huggy feely. Well, you don't have to be, but it is kind of nice to come in and have those moments. We've already talked about your nonprofits, but I know you have nonprofits that you have yourself, your genealogy. And obviously, I think your people in your group got involved in some of your events and stuff, haven't they? Or participated? Yeah. You guys have done some different things. So these are people that you didn't know before. So Nicole, you have some things to look forward to as you get to know people better. That's kind of, you said you didn't have family around here, Nicole. So this is kind of, and I think that's what is really, I'm the one who gets to go around and see all these groups and all these relationships that are forming. But do you have a nonprofit besides maybe your own that you really feel attached to, Nicole or Dawn?
Sure. Yeah. In 2019, Collaborating Connections we voted as a group, as a membership, to support Voice of the Victim.
Uh-huh.
which is a nonprofit here in Indianapolis or Central Indiana that supports victims of domestic abuse. And not only the victims, but also youth and young adults, providing them with pertinent information on how to identify dangerous relationships, negative, and avoid those types of relationships,
Yeah.
as well as just identifying all of the resources that are out there to assist individuals in either avoiding or recovering from domestic abuse. So male, female, young, old, this organization really reaches out to help everyone. And we decided to not only do a financial donation to the organization, which helps them expand their mission in the community, but they also have an annual gala fundraiser, and members of our group either supported them by being vendors at the event or working on a committee, cleanup, setup, food preparation for the committee, and we wore our Collaborating Connections T-shirts to market or brand our support of Voice of the Victim. So we think it's an excellent nonprofit organization in Indy, and we want to see it grow and thrive, so we're happy to partner with them.
Well, we're happy that you're partnering with TTR Networking. That's for sure. The To the Rescue Networking. Dawn, you need to give us, and I know we'll put it in the show notes, but what are the best ways for people to get a hold of you?
For travel,
Yeah.
I have a Spa Travel Facebook page, as well as Spa Travel 911 at gmail.com is a great way to reach out to me. On the genealogy side, Claiming Your Roots at gmail.com, and Collaborating Connections at gmail.com if you're interested in coming out to visit our small business networking group on Tuesday evenings, 6 o'clock to 7:30 at the Donato's Pizza in Lawrence.
So you'll have to check it out, Nicole, if you ever.
Yes, definitely. I'm excited.
That'd be a great way to do it. You know, there was, I think, we have like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, maybe longer, but we're not going to milk it too long here. But Dawn, would you have any last comments on this? Because I know we expect and hope that you will come back as a regular here on these podcasts, because the nonprofit stuff, you definitely being the champion of the nonprofit and volunteerism world, we definitely need your insights, because we have a lot of guests that'll be coming on and sharing their stories, and just making sure that we don't ever neglect that nonprofit part of this. You have anything you'd like to say? And then Nicole's going to wrap us up, pull us in together and wrap this thing up today. But any last thoughts or any comments?
Sure.
Okay.
That the nonprofit piece was particularly what attracted me and kept me with TTR Networking. I still attend various other networking opportunities around Indianapolis, but to tell you the truth, the connectedness that we glean by being a part of TTR, by sharing with each other as small business entrepreneurs, managers, developers, that it's like being well-rounded. And not only do we do our business, but we're helping others around us. And that means a lot to me. So I'm happy to come back and share more about nonprofit and volunteering with TTR and the TTR Authentic network that you're developing here.
Yes.
I'd love to share the opportunities to volunteer and connect with nonprofits, and finding out more about, you know, what the nonprofits really do and what they need, so that we can have better partnerships overall. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you know, there's a flyer. It says that Dawn has shared, and it's a different author, and I don't even know the author's name. David Ahern. Oh, okay. I didn't read it right. But this is the title of and she shared this with her group, and then I've shared it with everybody, but it's True Success. Okay, let me start that again. True success begins the second you start giving back. Mm-hmm. And I think that's another reason that our groups are growing, because people like to give. And if you're not giving, we talked about that in the first show, the idea of the attitude of gratitude and giving to each other. And if you can give back to your community, what else are you going to do? So thank you, Dawn. We look forward to future shows. Nicole, I'm going to let you bring this home because I got to stop talking.
Well, thank you, Dawn and Jennifer. And that says it all, doesn't it? Life is all about making a difference where you can and accepting where you can't and knowing the difference.
Sounds like the
serenity that, right? Yes. Exactly. We hope that you now have a good idea of what this movement we call authentic networking is all about. We look forward to many more conversations and stories to share. As we wrap this one up, we want to thank you again for joining us. And all our information will be on show notes, right? Yes. Yeah. All our websites, on contact info. And until next time, may your days be filled with authenticity.
Sounds good. You all have a great day. Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.